Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are going to be looking at my exact email follow-up sequence that I use for my Amazon FBA products. So, if you're interested in this sort of content, make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on, and let's get into the video straight away. Alright, so here we are in the old computer room. Don't look over there, very messy. Well, I shouldn't have shown you that. That is a very messy area right there. You guys don't want to see that. So what I wanted to do today is I want to jump onto my computer in just 1 second, and I'm going to take you through my email follow-up sequence. I think it's 4 emails that I send. I'll show you exactly what I do, why I do it, so you can try and get more reviews on your product, and obviously you get more happy customers, which is what we're always trying to go for. And actually also try and capture people before they leave a negative review, because if you can capture them and you can speak to them and resolve the issue, that is obviously going to be ideal. So this is a great follow-up sequence. I found it worked really well for me, so if you want to implement it, steal it, absolutely fine to do that. So let's jump onto the computer right now and do it. Let's get into it. I can't see the screen. There we go. So guys, this is really important. If you are currently selling on Amazon doing private labeling or any kind of labeling, then you want to be running follow-up sequences. So I use a service called Jump Send. There are many others that you can use, some that are cheaper, but also maybe don't have as many features. So I'm going to go through why particularly I'm using these guys. There's one particular feature that I need, which you'll see in a second. And I'm going to show you through the exact follow-up sequence that I have. Okay, so this is it just here, and I'm going to talk you through each step and how you can implement it, and the little things I've done to try and really help people, you know, or get replies from people, and just to really, I guess, make it as good as possible. I didn't explain that very well, but you get what I mean. So the first thing is that you need to understand how these programs work, and they're based off triggers and actions. So a trigger, for example, would be shipped. So when the product is shipped, it triggers something to happen. So it triggers this automation. And then it says wait 0 days, so immediately they're going to get an email, which is the shipped notification. Okay, so you can change this. I can change this to purchase or refunded. So you can have shipped, purchased, or refunded. I'm going to have it as shipped, because what I want to do is just let the customer know that, hey, product has been shipped. Just keep them in the loop. They're going to be notified by Amazon anyway, but it gives you a chance to connect with the customer. You're not going to ask for a review or anything like that, obviously, because the product hasn't arrived at their door. You're just going to try and open up, I guess, a connection to them. So wait 0 days. So immediately after it has been shipped, I'm going to send them this email. So I'm just going to click on this, and I'm going to show you what I say. First thing that is really important, subject line. Okay, what I personally do is I don't put in customers' names, because sometimes they have like Mr. or Mrs. And even though I've put it here, I've just seen that it can have issues with some customers. So in the subject line, I leave it kind of generic, because if they see the subject line and they can see that it says like, hey, or Mr. super secret information about your order, they're probably not going to click it, because I think, oh, it's just generic, right? But I put a emoji of a little shh emoji, and then super secret information about your order. So not just information about your order or your product has been dispatched, which is quite boring. I'm trying to make it a little bit more light-hearted, a little bit more not like humorous, but just more light-hearted and a bit more human, I guess, because people will really appreciate it, and then it gets them to understand a little bit about how you guys work, that you're not really kind of like corporate, that you are a little bit more of a kind of small business that have some sort of personality. I then have hi buyer's first name, which you can add in there. Thank you for your recent purchase of your brand new Hydrofuel sports water bottle. Just wanted to email you, let you know your bottle has been shipped. And I also want to send you your hydro-infused fruit infuser ebook via email attached. We also have a care guide at the end of the ebook. Be sure to check it out. Right, so what the hell have I done here? I've just said, hey, thank you for purchase, awesome, great. I've attached your ebook. So if you ever sell an ebook, or you attach an ebook, or you add an ebook to your bundle, you need to get it to your customers. This is one of the reasons why I use JumpSend. There are other ones like Feedback Genius that have the same sort of features, but there are cheaper options that you can get but don't have the ability to attach a attachment like a PDF. So just be sure, if you are going to use a follow-up sequence or follow-up email provider like JumpSend that isn't these guys, and you want to send emails, just make sure they can accept emails. Sorry, attachments. So that's the first thing. The second thing I added in there is that I had some feedback about, I can't remember exactly what it's about. It was about cleaning it, or something to do with the bottle and keeping good care of it. So what I did is, on the end of the ebook, I added in a care guide, which is, you know, what to do if, let me get one of the bottles actually, because I've just remembered what it is. Okay, so on these bottles, you have these little rubber seals here that obviously stop it from leaking. Now, you need to clean these, okay, because they're rubber, right? They'll get dirty eventually. So what a lot of people don't know is that you can take them off, okay, and you can clean this little bit here. And obviously you don't want to clean it with hot water, boiling water certainly, because it will disform. So it's just in there saying, hey, you can clean it out, pull it off, like pinch it to remove it, and there's a little like graphic of someone pinching it to remove it, and then how to put it on, and it shows how to put it on and how to apply pressure and to get it to stick so that when you put it down it's going to work and not leak. So little things like that. I had some feedback about it, so I was like, do you know what, I can probably add this into the care guide, and just kind of how to wash it, what not to do, you know, don't use a wire brush on it and that sort of stuff. So these are all things that you can think about. If you're getting feedback, a particular thing about your product, add it into your follow-up email sequence so that you can try and kind of alleviate that issue from ever happening for your future customers. So that's why I've done that. And then I've just said, you know, customer satisfaction is number one priority. So please let us know if there's anything that we can do, in bold, anything that we can do to help improve your experience. In brackets, we are not happy unless you're happy. In the meantime, feel free to track the progress of your order from this link and then add in a tracking link, which you can do by just using these little thingy-majiggies here. Thank you again. And then I sign it off as Amy. Yes, that is my alter ego. I go by Amy on the weekends. So I've just found through testing that people respond a lot better to women than they do to males. I don't know why this is. I don't know. I have no idea. I've just seen that if I sign off as Amy, then I tend to get more replies. So there we go. Maybe they think I'm hot. I'm not sure. Okay, I do not know. I don't have the answers. And then obviously the HydroFuel team, and of course attach the book down there. So that is the first one. Always preview them before you do it. Test the email, and then obviously save, and you can see the message is active. So that's the first one that they get, and then that's kind of ended. That little process is ended. What I then have is a delivered notification. Now the reason this ends here is because what I could do is press add step, and I could continue going on here. But if there's any delays with shipping or anything like that, then I don't want them to receive an email about the product before they've received the product, okay? Just because there can be delays. So what I then do is I set up a new trigger, which is delivered, okay? So again, we have the option of delivered, purchased, refunded. So delivered, what I do is I wait for 3 days after delivery. So I add in a 3-day delay, and then I send this message just here, okay? First thing it says is there's a little box emoji that says, did your next door neighbor steal your parcel? Now the reason why I don't want to do it within 1 day or 2 days is I want them to get the product out of the box. Some people don't use them straight away and just get to use it a little bit, right? This is the best time to kind of send a repeat email. You can test this between 1 day and 2 days, but I find that if you send it for 1 day, you know, they might not have actually got the parcel yet. It might have been delivered to a friend, or it might have been delivered to work or home, and they've not been able to get it. So you might get replies saying, hey, I've actually not tried the product yet. 2-3 days seems to be a good time when they've normally opened the product and they've had time to actually use it. So in the email, I'm calling out to the customer. I'm saying, hey, buyer's first name. It's been a few days since your HydroFuel bottle has arrived, right? I know that it's been a few days. I just want to check it has arrived okay in one piece, exactly as expected. And then so they might reply to that saying, yeah, it replied all okay. And I get a lot of replies just saying, hey, yeah, I replied, thank you for letting me know. And the nice thing is a lot of people open these emails because it says, did your next door neighbor steal your parcel, right? It's a little bit humorous, but more lighthearted. As a small UK brand, we are competing against huge overseas companies, right? And what I'm doing is trying to pull at their heartstrings. I'm trying to pull at their heartstrings because, like, we all want to support, UK businesses. And if you're in France, you want to support French businesses. If you're in the US, you want to support US businesses. So I'm trying to pull at their heartstrings for that. We try to compete against these huge overseas companies, so I'm following up on every order to make sure everything was delivered safe and sound. Right? Sounds super personal. It comes from the right place of just wanting to provide a good customer service. Please let me know if there's any issues at all, and I will make sure to get things right. Little smiley face. Okay. So you're really going over and you want to make sure they're happy, right? Our small team at HydroFuel, again, pulling at the heartstrings, small team, work really hard to make our customers happy, okay? From education and awareness to producing high quality, reliable and eco-friendly products, okay? We want to make sure that they are aware that we're a cool company, right? We're trying to do the right thing. If you have a moment, we'd love to hear your feedback. And we'd also love it if you could include a picture, right? And then product reviews and link stars. And that will take them, it will basically show, I'll show you now, okay? It will look like this, okay? And then you can go, oh yeah, 5 stars, wicked. Okay, and that'll take them to the product review page. Now, I tend to use this one. Sometimes on mobile, it really comes out looking really not that very good. So you can experiment between using this and just the product review link, okay? And just make sure you don't put seller review link in there, because that will mean that you'll get loads of seller feedback rather than product feedback, and we want product feedback. Again, sign it off, Amy. So that's 3 days after, okay? What they then get is after 2 days after that, okay? So again, they might not have replied to that email. If they reply to the email, I take them out of this email sequence. So yeah, if I do get a reply, I just take them out of the email sequence. I just get rid of them from it. The next one is fancy a 15% discount code. So if they're receiving this email, they have not replied to the previous one. They may have left feedback, but they have not replied to it, okay? So I'll say, hey, buyer's first name. Obviously, in the subject, it's got a discount. People love discounts. I want to reach out again and offer you a 15% discount or 15% off discount code if you'd like to purchase brand new hydrofuel bottle for any of your family and friends as a gift. So they've had it for 5 days now, so they should know if they like it or not. And what we want to do is the person that purchases the product, we want to say, like, pick up their phone to their friend or their mum or their dad or their like kids or whatever, saying, oh, do you want one of these? I've got a 15% off voucher, right? And just the pure nature of doing that, the person might be like, oh yeah, I'll get that. I'll have that. You've got one, I'll have one. And you know, I'll be able to get a bit of a discount. Wicked. And the great thing about this is that 15% discount is really not a lot for you, because you're not spending any money on PPC or anything like that. You know, you're getting a referral from this existing customer. And if you're interested, this is important. Simply reply to this email, letting me know, and I'll send you that code so you can use it. No strings attached, right? Really important that you're kind of saying, look, just reply to this email, let me know, and I will send you it. No strings attached. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go to the website. And, you know, no strings attached. So that's really important. And then again, I pull at the heartstrings again, right? Selling on Amazon is what we do for a living to support ourselves. Product reviews are so important to the success of our business, but so few customers leave them. If your hydrofuel bottle made you happy and hydrated, right, it would mean the world to us if you could just take 1 minute to share the love by leaving us an honest review, okay? Little angel emoji. If you don't have time to spare to leave us a review, we still wanted to extend a big thank you to you for helping our business grow. Again, product review link stars. Thank you again for being one of our amazing customers. So it's quite heartfelt. Again, it's pulling the heartstrings, and it's also offering that 15% discount code. Now, what you're not saying is, hey, here's a discount code, leave us a review, right? You're not saying that. You're giving the discount code and say, just reply to this email, we'll do it. But also, we do want reviews, right? But it's not incentivized. But a lot of people will think in their head, oh, okay, I'm going to leave a review and I'm going to get the discount code, or I'm going to get the discount code, and because I've got the discount code and they've done me a favor by giving me money off, I'm going to leave them a review. That's just kind of psychology, I guess. So yeah, test them and then send it out. And then again, if they haven't replied to this one, they're going to get one last email 2 days after that, and it's going to say, don't keep it bottled up in the subject title. Of course, I've gone with a pun for this one. Again, keep it lighthearted. I said, by now you've had a good amount of time to try out our hydrofuel bottle. I just want to check in one last time, right? This is the last email, you know, I promise, and make sure everything went perfectly. Because I think, you know, any more than 4 emails, people are going to start to get quite annoyed, especially as I've asked for feedback 3 times now. So I say to them, I call that out and say, basically, I want to check in one last time, I promise. So you kind of pull attention to the fact that you sent them a few emails, which should disarm them if they do feel that they're receiving too many emails, okay? That's what I found. If you do have any questions, issues, or would like that 15% off coupon for another one of your hydrofuel bottles I spoke about in my last email, right, please feel free to simply respond to this email, let me know, and I'll get it personally sent to you ASAP. Again, if they reply to that, send them the code and tell them how to redeem it. If everything went as it was supposed to go and you are happy, it would be amazing and mean so much to us if you could spare 1 minute, click the stars below and let us know about your experience, okay? And then product review stars, and I'll show you guys what that looks like, just like that. Click the stars below and it'll take them directly to the right page, which is really, really cool. Thanks again. We really do appreciate it. Again, try and be as heartfelt as possible. Okay. Now notice on each of these I've attached the ebook on each one, because I need to make sure that my customers receive this ebook. Now not all customers are going to receive the emails at all, but if they're receiving the emails, I want to make sure that any one they look at, because everyone misses emails all the time, that the latest one in their inbox is always going to have that ebook on there, so they're not searching around for this
ebook all the time. And what you could do is you can play around with these. You can change this to 1 day, this to 3 days, to 2 days, and just see how it responds for your particular product and your particular follow-up sequence. Just because this is the way I do it doesn't mean that it's going to be exactly the same for the way that you do it, and it doesn't mean that you should do it exactly like this either. You want to test your own methods of doing it. You want to get your own, I guess, voice into these emails. But I would say is if you change any of these things, leave it at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks before you actually monitor or you actually look at the analytics and say, did I get more reviews in this time period than I did previously compared to the amount of sales I've got? Let the data tell you if it's worked or not. But ultimately, you won't see a huge shift in the needle. But if you have a slightly better response in terms of better replies, then keep that change and then maybe make another change and see how that does. But don't do it for 1 day and then go, oh, it's not working, and then change it back, because you're not going to get enough data within 1 day to do that. Because obviously these take 7 days in total, and that's from it being delivered. It takes 7 days, and obviously that delivery may take a few days as well. So this process can be, it can be 2 weeks long. It could be, a week and a half, 2 weeks long before they have received all your emails. So there you go, guys. Feel free to go back and watch this video, pause it, write down exactly what I say. I would personally not copy it word for word. I would try and kind of mold it to your particular product, just like how on that last email, I've said don't keep it bottled up. It's a little hat tip to they've just bought a bottle, little pun. So maybe think about how ways you can make it a little bit more humorous, a little bit more lighthearted. Always be heartfelt in what you're trying to say. Genuinely, you want to help your customers. Don't go straight in there with the review unless you've pre-framed them, if that makes sense. You've kind of pulled their heartstrings a little bit. And certainly don't go in for a review if the product hasn't even been delivered. If I was to add another email in here, I would add it in the 1 or 2 days, but I would not ask for a review. And this is really important because I don't believe they've had enough time to test the product. After 3 days, I feel they've had enough time. So if this was 1 day on this email here, I would remove the product links. Okay, I would just try and check in with them, and then the next one I would go in with the request for the review, because you need more than a day or a couple of days to test a product to see if you actually like it or not. Now, if you are currently selling on Amazon and you do something a little bit different to me, I'm more than willing to hear what your thoughts are in terms of you found that 2 days works best, or 4 days, or waiting 3 days after this one, or whatever it may be. Down in the comments, just let me know any particular ways that you do it, and of course I can test them out and see how they work for me, and ultimately we can try and help each other out. Get as many reviews as humanly possible, keep our customers as happy as possible as well. There we have it, guys. That is the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like button right there. Leave a comment with what you think about it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you thought it was great, if you thought it was awful. Let me know about the video, give me some feedback, and make sure, of course, you are subscribed with those notifications turned on for future videos, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.